Lesson 10. Anchor Text. Genre. Informational text gives facts and details about a topic. As you read, look for information that is clearly organized, domain-specific vocabulary that aids understanding, photographs and captions that enhance the text. Meet the author, Patricia Corrigan. Patricia Corrigan began writing for her local newspaper while she was still in high school. Since then, she has been a writer for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and has published numerous magazine articles, non-fiction books for adults, and nature books for children. She loves to travel and has taken trips to Argentina and Egypt. Cougars by Patricia Corrigan. Essential question. What can a scientist learn by observing the behaviors of a particular animal? Cougars are seldom seen and rarely heard. In fact, they often live their entire lives unobserved by humans. But we do know that these members of the cat family live in 11 western U.S. states. They are found from the southernmost tip of Alaska down to where the California border meets Mexico, and east all the way to the edge of Texas. Their cousins, Florida panthers, live in Florida. In Canada, cougars are found in British Columbia and parts of Alberta. Cougars also live throughout Mexico, Central America, and South America. In different areas of the world, cougars have different names. They may be called mountain lions, wildcats, pumas, painters, firecats, swamp lions, or catamounts. In Mexico, Spanish for cougar is el león, which means the lion. And sometimes they are known by nicknames like Ghost of the Wilderness and Ghost Walker. Fortunately, cougars are able to live in many different habitats. Over time, they have adapted or evolved for living in places such as snow-capped mountains, jungles thick with vegetation, cool pine forests, grassy plains, and murky swamps. For instance, cougars that live in northern mountains tend to be larger and have a thicker coat of fur than cougars that live elsewhere. They learned to climb trees, and they also can swim if necessary, but usually prefer to stay dry, like their relative, the house cat. The average cougar measures from 3.3 to 5.3 feet long and stands about 2 feet high at the shoulder. Adult male cougars weigh up to 225 pounds, and adult females usually are slightly smaller. A cougar's tail may measure up to 32 inches, almost 2/3 the length of the animal's body. Analyze the text. Main ideas and details. What is the topic of this selection? How do you know? Choose a paragraph on one of these 2 pages. State its main idea and explain how it is supported by details. Cougars don't hunt from trees, but a high branch makes a good lookout spot. The cougar is one species, or kind of wild cat. Cougars are medium-sized, along with bobcats and lynxes. Tigers, lions, and leopards all are larger and heavier. Cougars are muscular and sleek, with little fat on their bodies. Fat usually serves as excellent insulation and keeps an animal's body warm. But because cougars have little of this kind of insulation, they have another natural defense against the cold. Their fur coats keep them warm. The layer of hair closest to the skin, called the underfur, is woolly and short. The top layer is made up of longer hairs, called guard hairs. These hairs are hollow and trap the air to keep cold temperatures from reaching the animal's skin. Unlike humans, cougars have no sweat glands, so the cougars that live in warm climates cool themselves the same way dogs do, by panting to release heat from their bodies. Analyze the text. Domain-specific vocabulary. The author defines several domain-specific words on pages 298 through 299. How does the author's use of these words help strengthen the text? Does she seem more or less credible as a science writer? Why? Cougars have good balance and can easily leap over fallen trees and onto rocks without slowing down. Cougars' coats are usually tawny or orange-brown. They also may be gray, sandy brown, reddish-brown, and tan. All adult cougars have black markings on the sides of the muzzle or snout where the whiskers are. Some people say this area looks as if the cougar has a mustache. If cougars were less secretive, scientists might be able to tell individual animals apart by the dark patterns on the muzzles, but few of the animals are ever seen. The chin is white, as is the area right under the pinkish-brown nose. The tips of their tails also are black. The underside of most cougars is light, sometimes nearly white. At first glance, adult cougars resemble female lions. Their coloring helps them blend in with their surroundings. It is good camouflage and helps them hide from their prey, or the animals they hunt for food. Cougars have good eyesight. In fact, vision is their best developed sense. Researchers believe that they can see moving prey from long distances. The cougar's yellow eyes have large, round pupils that take in all available light. That helps the animal see at night almost as well as during the day. A keen sense of hearing is important for cougars. They even can move their small, rounded ears to take in sounds coming from different directions. Cougars also have a strong sense of smell, which can really be useful when following prey. Still, their sense of smell is not as well developed as their senses of sight or hearing. Like all of their cat relatives, cougars have whiskers. These sensitive hairs are also called vibrissae. They grow on either side of the animal's nose and mouth, above the eyes, and sometimes on the chin. These whiskers vary in length, but most of the whiskers found on the muzzle are long enough to stretch past the side of the face and back to the edge of the ear. The cougar uses whiskers to gather information through touch. With its whiskers, a cougar can determine the height of the grass, the width of the space under a rock, and whether a bush would be easy or difficult to push through. Cougars make a variety of sounds or vocalizations. Their meow, which is a sign of contentment, is much louder than that of a pet cat. They also purr when they are contented. Cougars hiss first and then growl when they feel threatened. Unlike lions, cougars cannot roar. Like all cats, cougars groom themselves. Grooming helps keep their coats clean. They use their rough tongues to remove any loose hair and to untangle any matted hair. Female cougars groom their babies constantly, and young siblings have been seen grooming one another. Mothers pick up their kittens by the scruff of the neck to move them one at a time to a new den site. Cougars have very strong jaws, and they have 3 kinds of teeth, 24 in all. The carnassial teeth are located on both the top and bottom jaws. They are long and sharp, used for slicing or shearing. The canine teeth are thick and sharp, used for puncturing. The incisors are small and straight, used for cutting and some chewing. But cougars don't chew their food very well. They mostly gulp down large chunks. Most adult cougars are solitary, which means they live alone. They protect their territory from intruders, including other cougars. Each cougar needs a lot of space, an average of as much as 200 square miles for adult males, and less than half that for adult females. They may walk as far as 30 miles in a day, searching for food or patrolling their territory. When a cougar sees an enemy nearby, it may try to look ferocious and scare it away by showing its teeth and growling. Newborn kittens have soft, fluffy-looking fur that is speckled with brown spots. This coloring helps camouflage them. The spots disappear when the kittens are about 8 months old. Kittens also have curly tails, which straighten out as they get older. The kittens are born with blue eyes, which stay closed for about the first 2 weeks. Their eye color soon changes to yellow. Kittens are totally dependent on their mother for food. They nurse for up to 3 months. Immediately after birth, and often in the next few weeks, the female licks the kittens to clean their fur. This helps them stay safe from enemies that might find the den site by detecting the scent of the newborn kittens. If a female cougar thinks that her kittens are in danger in a particular spot, She often finds a new hiding place and moves them. A mother cougar will do whatever is necessary to keep the kittens away from dangerous predators or enemies, such as wolves. Males and females look alike, but it is the female that cares for the young. When the mother leaves to hunt for food, the kittens stay hidden and quiet at the den site. When the kittens are about 2 months old, their teeth have grown and they nurse less. Their mother begins to bring them food every 2 or 3 days. The mother makes no special effort to catch small prey for her small offspring. At first, the young kittens just want to play with the food, no matter what she brings. One of the first lessons the mother teaches her kitten is how to eat this new food. By example, she shows them how to bite, how to tear meat off the bone, and how to chew. She also teaches the kittens that their rough tongues are good for cleaning the meat off bones. After about 6 months, the kittens are good at eating this food, and they begin to explore away from the den site. Analyze the text. Explain scientific ideas. What ideas has the author shared about cougar kitten development on these 2 pages? How do these ideas relate to what you have learned about the lives of adult cougars? This young cougar still has some of its baby spots. It is practicing stalking its prey. The kittens stay with their mother for about 18 months. During this time, she teaches them many things about surviving in their habitat. As the kittens mature, the mother cougar takes them hunting. They learn how to find and carefully follow prey. This is called stalking. They also learn when to pounce or jump out suddenly to capture the prey. They are taught how to hide their kill and protect it from other animals. With a lot of practice, they learn to hunt for themselves. Then, the young cougars go out on their own to find a territory and a mate. If they find a good habitat with plenty of prey animals and water in the area, cougars may live about 8 to 10 years.